we have the opportunity to be the voice of expertise when we have answers to that question.
Today, our guest, as you can see on the screen, is Mike Simonsen. Mike, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here. We've said for a long time that there's actually only three questions in real estate. The consumer has only three questions. It's what's for sale, how much is my house worth, and how's the market? And so you can think about all the technology and all the tools, all the research that people do online. It all comes down to those things, right? So you have your REDX, you've got your listing alerts. These are all what's for sale questions. You have CMAs, and you have the home valuation lead things, and those are how much is my house worth. But all the questions like, is now a good time? Do I have a lot of selection? What should I be planning for? Do I need to wait? Is this a good deal? These are all how's the market questions. How's the market? And so so many agents focus on the first two. We got our tools, we got things, and really good agents know in their bones how to answer how's the market questions. Most of us, and even those that know it in their bones, we need to be able to illustrate. We need to be able to communicate, and you need to be able to say, it's not just my recommendation. Here's what the data says. Using the data as the evidence for your recommendation is a super powerful way to demonstrate your expertise. The big story this year is this record low, incredibly low available inventory. Right now, there are 591,000 single-family homes for sale in the whole country. Normally, there's at least 1 million. And in the last few years, it's actually been decreasing more or less each year. You can see in this chart, 2016 is the blue line. And so this time of year, we had 1.1 million, and now we're down under 600,000. It's just like, it's nuts. It's surprising. It's nuts. What's happened in recent years, as interest rates have been ultra low, holding costs of your home are way down. So each year when people go to move up or move down, more and more often they are keeping the first home and buying the second home. And as a result, active inventory is shrinking each year. And so you can see at the beginning of the year here, million in 2016, there was under 900,000 2017, 2018 started under 800,000. 2018 had rising rates during the year and inventory built. And I don't know if you remember, but at that time, a couple of years ago, the headlines were, wow, real estate is really slowing down. And that was, interest rates went from whatever it was, 3.5% to 4.5% at the end of 2018. Then 2019 started a little higher, the green line, and rates fell all year, 2019. So they started this year, 2020, at the record low levels. We had just a couple of months, 3 months of normal behavior, and then COVID hit, and people are buying everything in sight. So there's fewer new listings and more transactions happening since April every week. And we've just, in a time when inventory should be climbing, it's been falling. It's really remarkable. In places like in Manhattan and in San Francisco proper, there's been a lot of remote workers going on, and so they're moving to what we call a co-primary home market, or a Zoom town is what some folks are calling it, where it's you've been living in San Francisco, but you can now live in the mountains. And I know I spent most of my spring and summer up in my mountain house in Tahoe, and the market up there is on fire because people are buying. But it's also basically true across price points. It's true, like people are moving out of San Francisco and moving to LA, so it's really true. It's true across the whole country. So that's what's the story on inventory. And it's important for, when, as you're an agent communicating with your buyers, to talk about the urgency. Like, if you like this property, we need to make an offer now. So those are, that's a national view. It's one. Here's another view that we just did. This is, you can see weekly. This is weekly changes by year. So each year, the dark orange here is 2016. You normally have these weeks of 2016 where, the spring, the most of the first and second quarter are increasing inventory week over week. Here's the brighter orange of 2017. In 2018, that extended further out for the year because rates were climbing, and so inventory built a little bit during the year. 2019 was stronger, and the second half of 2019 was a lot of demand, and then 2020 we started low, and we have only these couple of weeks of March when inventory climbed. It's really remarkable. The rest of the year is here, and now we can look at the normal part of the year where the inventory is going to fall. So we expect that we're going to start 2021 with only 378,000 homes for sale, like half of what it started this year with, and just dramatically lower before the spring inventory starts coming on next year. It is until some kind of other shock happens or change happens, rates climb, or some kind of economic shock. This is what we're looking at in terms of the inventory changes for the rest of the year. It's just remarkable.
That's amazing.
It is. The prices wise, national median home price is $353,000. It's been flat for a few months. It is normally this time of year, the green dot here is where we would be year over year. Normally it's pulled back from the peak. Our peak this year got delayed by a couple months or stretched out. So normally peaks, end of June 30, then the summer is people are trying to sell before school starts, and so prices start getting cut to stimulate demand. That got extended, so it really hasn't happened yet. We want to, when somebody says, "Hey, you're a realtor, how's the market?" to answer with data, to be able to say inventory is at record low. It's at low across all price points. Homes in our highest demand price point are going in 17 days. Like that, all of a sudden, now the consumer's eyes just bug out and say, "Oh my goodness, I need to work with you because you know what you're talking about." The consumer right now, there's still a lot of consumers. I sometimes forget this because I'm in the data all the time, and I'm creating videos, but it turns out there's a lot of people who don't pay attention to my videos, and so they are surprised to learn that the market's on fire.
Yeah.
Right. So they are assuming that the economy is destroyed, and therefore, so is the real estate market. And they are also surprised that they aren't the only ones with the idea to go buy, in Napa right now.
Right.
They're surprised, like, I was thinking it's probably time for me, and so that data helps, especially those, those folks that haven't been that close. And so to be able to be strong with your view and informed, like that's a real confident position to be in that consumers want to work with. That's right. And even when it's not good news, the information is the antidote to the fear.